Hi and welcome to another Tabitha's Glass Emporium YouTube video. Today I wanted to show you this, which was using some of our new products of nuggets and feathers to make these fantastic 2 necklaces and a little pendant. And so today I'm going to show you how to make these. So to make the feather, I'm making one really long, but if you're only wanting to make kind of a few feathers, you could make it shorter this way. So you could do them in strips of like 10 centimeters, but if I'm making them, I might as well make a load. So for this particular one, I'm taking 2mm turquoise and 3mm green, and I'm just interspersing one after the other. And I do this on the kiln shelf, but I'm just showing you here. I've got a couple of shorter bits, but I've got some bits I can add in. I mean, that one's got a tag. I will take that extra bit off the end before I put it in the kiln. And so it's like that with the extra pieces I need here. Yeah, try and make sure it's pretty much even, and then you're pushing it to one side, and effectively this is the top of the feather and this is the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is move this one. I'm going to do it now, I'll show you. I'll move this one here and this one here, so that the ones that are broken are further back, and I'm going to move here. So if you do break, it's not the end of the world. You can just sort of pop them together. And it's going to make it easier. So then, when it's in the kiln, you're just bringing it to one side, working it so that this end lies down. And this end stays up, and then I'm going to just put a piece of glass. Now you could just do it like this, and it would, be like, it could be just a feather without anything else. But I want to just put a piece of glass on half of it, so that will fuse that half together. This glass is also going to fuse down this last piece, so it's going to have green, and then the top half will be more like kind of sort of feathers coming out, and then the bottom half will be sort of feathers in. That's my theory. So we're going to put this in the kiln, and we're going to do a couple of others. We're going to do a pink one and one with opaline, and we can have a look how they are when they come out. So here are the feathers out of the kiln. They come out of the pattern bar. Ours was a long pattern bar, and we cut them into strips, and then when you open them out, you can put 2 together, and they look like a lovely feather like that. And so we've got the spring green and turquoise, this pink one, and this other one, which is with opaline and some tints. Now I want to do a piece of jewellery using our nuggets. So we've got some green and turquoise nuggets, and we've got some pink ones to go with this, and I also think about that as a decoration. So we're going to put these in the kiln to be pressed, and this, we're trying to create a ring of glass, a sort of donut of glass with this. So we're going to keep them fairly well spaced so that hopefully they press together. But do leave, I want to make sure there's a hole in the middle big enough for this to fit through. So I think I'm going to put a piece of fibre paper in the middle, 3mm fibre paper, just to make sure I've got a piece of fibre paper the size of this plus a couple of mil either side, for this to fit through, and then I'm going to space these around the outside of that. I'm going to make sure these are spaced a little bit away from the fibre paper, so they do have room to travel, because they look nicer if they do travel a bit in both directions. I'm not sure this is making sense, but once it's set up in the kiln, we'll show you what we mean. So here it is all set up in the kiln. You can see we've got the fibre paper in there. That's 3mm fibre paper with these spaced around it. These are, just making sure they're really well lined up. And again here, we've done 2 different shapes. I just thought it'd be interesting to try 2 different shapes. Now I've got a freshly washed kiln shelf here, and that's going to go on top of here, like so. And we're going to put it on for a pressing fuse. So here are these out of the kiln. I think they've turned out really well. I'm just going to poke that through. That will fit through there. nicely. We might shape that off a bit so it's a bit more of a feather shape, but I think it's going to be really interesting. That one's a bit too big, but once we've shaped it down a bit, it will fit through. And I love how the patterns on these, I think they're really pretty and will kind of look elegant and interesting. So we're going to clean these up, and then we'll probably want to put them back in for a full fuse, not a full fuse, sorry, a fire polish to bring up the shine on them. Or we might just work them and wax them. We'll have a think. But we'll get these sort of cleaned up, and we can have a look what to do next. So here these are now. We have drilled them, we sandblasted them and shaped them. I think that's going to work really well because that fits through there nicely and it will hang well together. We're now going to put these in for a fire polish just to bring up the colour and shine on them, and we can see when they're done. So here are these, we fire polished them and put them together. I'm even sporting one. I think they're fantastic, I love it. It's so unique and completely different than kind of most of the jewellery you see out there, and so much fun. You know, you could shorten the chain. It really is up to you how long you want it, or how you want to wear it. You can have it this longer and this shorter, or like I've got it now, and a bit. You can even, if you want to kind of make it shorter still, is wrap this through. Sorry, your phone's ringing, but we're going to carry on. So you can do that, which I think is really elegant as well, which, you know, then you have the chain wrapping around. It's got so much possibility, this little idea, and I hope you like it. The pink one again, and then this is a little kind of fantastic tree decoration. I really want to see if I can show you this, because this is using opaline, and as you see here, when I hold it up to the light, it looks blue, but then when you've got light through it, it turns yellow. Are you seeing that at all, Miller, or not? I think you'd have to bring it round and swing it round that way. And then the blue turns more of a yellowy colour. So this colour here is the opaline, and now it looks blue, and now it looks yellow. Now it looks blue, now it looks yellow. So I kind of love that about opaline, is it's almost like got a transmitting and reflecting qualities like dichroic glass does, which just makes it fascinating. So those is really kind of cool, fun Christmas decorations are great. Or a fantastic necklace if you wanted, up to you. So I really like how these turned out. I think this has got so many applications, pressing these nuggets. You could, you know, press them with other glass and really come up with some spectacular ideas. But I think as a piece of jewellery, this is just such fun, and I'm so glad I did it. So I hope you've liked this YouTube video. Please remember you can get all our products at tabitha's Emporium.com, and we hope to see you next time.